True personal power begins with radical honesty, deep self-acceptance, and an unwavering commitment to your own personal integrity. To live purposely means setting clear goals while mastering the expression of your deepest emotions and desires without apology. You must embrace your flaws, reduce your neediness by focusing entirely on your own growth, and become the genuine source of your own happiness. Always go against your hesitation and lean into your fears, because fear is the only thing in the world that shrinks when you run directly toward it. Stop trying to find temporary distractions to avoid feeling pain, and instead focus that energy on building an attractive and enriching lifestyle. When you stop wishing for fewer problems and start wishing for more wisdom, you take complete control of your own destiny. Navigating relationships requires the profound realization that a rejection is rarely about you, but rather a simple mismatch of timing and compatibility. If someone walks away, you must gracefully forgive them for not knowing who you truly are and detach yourself entirely from the outcome. Never chase love, affection, or attention, because if it is not given freely by the other person, it is absolutely not worth having. When you approach the world with a mindset of abundance and peace, you naturally attract partners who reflect your clarity, maturity, and stability. Remember that you want a partner to enhance your life, but you do not fundamentally need one to feel complete or validated. By finding the balance between showing genuine interest and maintaining strong personal boundaries, you will naturally draw in those who truly appreciate your value. Emotional mastery requires us to be curious, open, accepting, and loving toward whatever feelings naturally arise within our minds. Emotions like anger or fear are simply big exclamation points that our brains hold up to warn us that a problem needs to be solved. Instead of reacting impulsively, we must learn to breathe deeply, step back, and express our feelings with careful intention rather than placing blame. Developing true empathy means actively listening to others without interrupting, stretching yourself to see the world from their unique perspective, and resisting the urge to offer immediate advice. We need healthy relationships with others to see ourselves more clearly, as every interaction ultimately reflects back what we are putting out into the world. By validating the insecurities in others and offering genuine compassion, you create deep, meaningful connections that transcend superficial small talk. You hold the ultimate power to rewrite the story of your life because your past does not dictate the meaning of your present. In reality, who you are right now and how you currently see the world determines the meaning you assign to all your memories. By facing your history with courage and emotional flexibility, you transform past disasters into invaluable lessons that propel you forward. The backward law dictates that the more you desperately pursue feeling good all the time, the less satisfied you will ultimately become. Therefore, you must deliberately cultivate positive emotions like gratitude and compassion to keep yourself beautifully attuned to the sunny side of life. When you firmly believe in what you say and align your mind and energy in a single direction, your word becomes law in the universe. The best years of your life begin the exact moment you decide that your problems are entirely your own responsibility. You must let go of wanting to be right, stop caring about the judgments of others, and realize that no one actually knows what is best for you better than you do. Conserve your precious energy for what truly matters. Make time only for the people who make time for you, and quietly disconnect from interactions that drain your spirit. It is essential to live without pretending, love without depending, listen without defending, and speak without offending. Challenge yourself to find the good in everybody, because if you wait long enough and look closely enough, people will constantly surprise and impress you. Ultimately, no one is in charge of your personal happiness except you, so make peace with your journey, smile often, and embrace the beautiful challenges ahead. When navigating human connection, remember that if someone truly likes you enough, they will always find a way to make it happen. The foundation of any great relationship is simple. You feel good around their energy, and they bring out the absolute best in you without any judgment. If someone walks away, you must forgive them for not knowing who you really are, and realize that rejections are almost always about timing rather than your inherent worth. Never lower yourself to put them down to soothe a bruised ego, but rather detach yourself entirely from the outcome. Never chase affection or double text someone who flakes, because giving them the gift of your absence establishes your ultimate boundary. Practice genuine self-love and approach the world with total peace. knowing that you will inevitably get that exact energy reflected back to you. You must use your self-image as a tool for motivation rather than a rigid identity that dictates your entire worth. Do not see yourself solely as a successful dentist or professional, because when that role eventually ends, you will feel empty without it. Instead, build deep inner certainty, embrace your nervousness, and imagine channeling the unwavering assertiveness of Cosmo when you approach new situations. Stop equating happiness with a relationship, learn to feel the loneliness, and make the absolute best of it by constantly filling your own cup first. When you stop trying to sell yourself or brag for validation, people will naturally be drawn to the quiet confidence of what you choose not to say. Be passionately genuine, notice your own flaws without judgment, and boldly go against your own hesitation and fear at every opportunity. The universe constantly listens, meaning your thoughts do not just happen to you. They actively create the reality you are stepping into. Every belief you hold is simply a thought you keep thinking, which means you have the absolute power to change your world by choosing more hopeful thoughts. Your emotions serve as absolute indicators of your current vibrational content, telling you exactly what you are attracting into your life at this very moment. If you constantly talk about unwanted experiences or past relationship disasters, you are actively keeping yourself a vibrational match to the things you do not want. Instead, you must form a clear mental picture of your desires. Speak of them with absolute faith and declare your word as law in the universe. You are the ultimate creator of your destiny, and when you consistently focus on feeling good, a beautiful rendezvous with your desires becomes a certainty. Mastering your internal world requires adopting a curious, open, accepting, and loving approach toward every single reaction and impulse that arises within you. To truly surrender means you stop trying to prove your worthiness and simply accept it, letting go of the exhausting need to defend your position. Stop trying to numb your pain with temporary distractions or junk sex, and instead face the discomfort to build the skills you actually need. You must recognize that people suffer not from the present reality, but from the uncontrolled faculties of their own memory and imagination. By making peace with your past and refusing to blame your circumstances on anyone else, you completely reclaim your power. I love, I let go, I do not force anything, and because I surrender to the path of least resistance, things always magically work out for me. True growth demands that we stop wishing for fewer problems and start wishing for the wisdom and skills necessary to conquer them. We must protect our energy by only making time for those who make time for us, strictly refusing to settle for invisible friends or unbalanced connections. Never be afraid to admit what you do not know, because the simplest and most direct way to become smart is to build deep knowledge about the things you actually care about. Whether you are navigating the nuances of real equality or pushing through personal failures, remember that the only true failure is quitting. Unblocked minds act without the hesitation of choosing, moving forward boldly, knowing that comfort never truly satisfies our deeper potential. Success is ultimately found when you live without pretending, love without depending, and remember that no one is in charge of your happiness except you.